If dragons were real, if the legends were true, then the stained glass windows of a medieval church in Romania depict what happened high in the Carpathian Mountains over 500 years ago. The body of a dragon, unearthed with the remains of human warriors who had come to kill it. But that's not all that's been found. With the results of their autopsy, scientists have identified evidence that another dragon once lived in the ice cave where the dragon body was first located. They return to the discovery site, and there they make a discovery of their own. A nest. Further evidence of dragon parental care. Whatever killed the men found in the ice cave very likely lived in the ice cave itself, with its offspring. The female examines her nest. Rocks, wood, leaves, and ash, all tightly packed into a cone. Crocodiles bury their eggs in active compost to keep warm. Mountain dragons have a much more direct method. The eggshells have heat-resistant properties that can withstand intensely high temperatures. The developing dragon embryos inside are protected. But more dangerous to them than heat exposure is a drop in temperature. In fact, without this searing external heat, the dragon chicks inside would die. The rocks of the nest further shield the eggs from a direct blast, but crucially, they retain the heat, releasing it over a long period and keeping the internal temperature of the nest stable. If she is to become a mother after these many years of waiting, then careful and constant temperature control is essential over the 30-day incubation period. Her mate returns from hunting. He has been unsuccessful. Again. After mating, female dragons become more aggressive, programmed by instinct to be deeply suspicious of any creature approaching the nest, even a mate. In order to appease her and make up for the lack of food, he brings a gift. Another rock for the nest. Although short-tempered from hunger and lack of sleep, the gesture placates the female. She accepts the rock. The male can now enter the cave, and she will take her turn to hunt. And the male takes responsibility for the critical temperature control. Heat-sensitive cells in his tongue allow him to check the temperature. If it falls much below 60 degrees for any period of time, the embryos will die. Strangely, he starts to turn down the heat. The incubation temperature of the eggs determines the sex of the dragon offspring, exactly like crocodile broods. Cooler temperatures encourage the development of females. Males, even a son, will compete for territory, food, and breeding females. So the adult male decides to nip a potential rival in the bud. His instinct for self-preservation is hardwired into him. But it's a cruel twist of evolutionary fate that he's now creating an imbalance between the sexes that will push his species even further towards the brink of extinction. A day has passed before the female returns from yet another unsuccessful hunt. She is immediately agitated. The male is not at his post. She heads straight for the nest. Something is very wrong. The male has let the incubation temperature drop dangerously low. It is already too late for one of her chicks, but the other might survive. The male realizes his presence will no longer be tolerated. It's time for him to move on. Males are usually seen off the nest site much sooner, but our female is inexperienced. Now she must try to keep her remaining egg alive at all costs. But finding prey in this hostile environment takes time. She'll have to find an easier supply of food so she can stay close by her egg. She will have to raid the farms of men.